Canada is often labeled as a socialist country, but this is a mischaracterization of its economic and political system. In reality, Canada is a social democracy, which is a hybrid system that blends capitalism with government intervention and social welfare programs. In this session, we will explore why Canada is a social democracy, not a socialist country. Firstly, Canada has a capitalist economy with private enterprise and competition. The Canadian government allows private businesses to operate in the free market and compete with each other. The government also encourages foreign investment and trade, which creates jobs and stimulates economic growth. The Canadian economy is heavily integrated with the global economy, which allows businesses to access a larger market and leverage economies of scale. In contrast, socialism seeks to abolish private ownership of the means of production and replace it with collective ownership. Therefore, the existence of private enterprise and competition in Canada is a clear indication that it is not a socialist country. Secondly, Canada has a strong social welfare system, which provides social services and support to its citizens. These services include universal health care, education, public pensions, and unemployment insurance. The Canadian government funds these programs through taxation, which redistributes wealth from the wealthy to the less fortunate. Social welfare programs are a defining feature of social democracy, as they aim to promote social justice and equality. In contrast, socialism seeks to provide social services and support to all citizens through the government ownership of resources and industries. Therefore, Canada's social welfare system is evidence that it is a social democracy, not a socialist country. Thirdly, Canada has a democratic political system that allows for peaceful transfers of power and protects individual rights and freedoms. Canada has a multi-party parliamentary system, which allows for fair and transparent elections. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms protects individual rights such as freedom of speech, religion, and association. Canada is also a member of international organizations such as NATO, the United Nations, and the G7, which demonstrates its commitment to international cooperation and democratic principles. In contrast, socialism often involves the centralization of power in the hands of the government and the suppression of individual rights and freedoms. Therefore, Canada's democratic political system is another indication that it is a social democracy, not a socialist country. In conclusion, Canada is a social democracy, not a socialist country. Canada's economic system is based on private enterprise and competition, while its social welfare system promotes social justice and equality. Canada also has a democratic political system that protects individual rights and freedoms. Although Canada has a reputation as a socialist country, this is a mischaracterization of its economic and political system. Therefore, it is important to recognize Canada as a social democracy to accurately understand its economic and political system.